Dr. Shetty, thank you very much for being on Duologue. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
In terms of happiness, you just talked about your happiness. That is another interesting perspective. I often try to put a theory to happenings of life to life. I know I restrict myself, but it's a selfish interest that when I put a theory, it is easier for me to comprehend. So I discussed in some other duologues that I try and put a theory or a number or a calculation to happiness. And I came up with a simple formula that as long as the real outcome equals or exceeds your expectation, you are happy. So
I have a different theory of happiness. My theory of happiness is if you're a child and you love ice cream, whatever the flavor of ice cream, and you've been hungry for the last few days, and the child is hungry, and somebody gives the child the favorite ice cream, and the child enjoys the ice cream, really, really enjoys. Then, all of a sudden, the child is surrounded by 100 hungry children, and they are watching this kid enjoying the ice cream. And the kid looks at the other children and looks at the ice cream. The same thing which was so tasty ceases to be tasty. Imagine a situation, then all the 100 children have the ice cream. Everyone is enjoying, everyone is eating the ice cream. Then that ice cream will be the tastiest ice cream the child has ever eaten. So this is the real happiness. Happiness is not about what I have. Happiness is about ensuring that people around you also have what you have. They're also happy, you're also happy. That is the ultimate happiness.
What you're saying, I don't see that we are saying something much different.
Yes.
Right. Now, expectations can also be that you expect wellness for everybody around. Till the time your expectation is met, you're not happy.
Yes.
So if you have set your expectations saying that I like to be happy with the ice cream, and if you get the ice cream, you're happy. But if you have transcended yourself, you've gone beyond your own self, and you've looked at the world as a whole, then your spectrum of happiness expands.
Dramatically
changes.
Yes.
But does it somewhere bring a little bit of a conflict? I'm quite confused about it, and I'm sure that I don't have a real answer to it. It's just coming to me as we are talking. When we travel on an aircraft and the announcement comes that if there's a short of oxygen level, the mask will drop. You put the mask on yourself first and then put it on the kid.
Yes.
So somewhere can one also put it across that way, that unless and until you take care of yourself.
Exactly, you can't take care of others.
Yes, so if you don't make yourself happy, you won't be. If the mother is not happy, the kid would not be happy. But there's a blurring line where your happiness, rather, as long as your happiness doesn't come in conflict of interest with others' happiness, and as long as you can, we live in we can consider it something like we are at the middle, and there are concentric circles around us, right? So our closest concentric circle would be in traditional way that our families, and also we look after themselves, and then we go a little beyond our friends and colleagues. That's a little outer. From there, you go to your locality, the organization that you work for, the country that you live in, and as a whole. So our responsibility possibly willy-nilly diminishes as we move outside. Outside. So happiness again is internal, as you said, that you chose to be happy. You're content with whatever you have got, and that is possibly a panacea for one of the real problems that we face in modern time, which is stress. If I have to deal with stress, the panacea that I have is possibly try and be happy. So how do you go about it? I mean, how do you make sure people around you, you yourself, that how do we manage the menace called stress?
See, as doctors, patients always think like you're God and they try to put you in that pedestal. But as a surgeon, after having done thousands of surgeries, I realize that I'm just an instrument in the hands of God. Like as a surgeon, I carry scalpel, knife, and the forceps. I'm just an instrument in the hands of God because I operated on thousands of people who had no hope of survival. And they go home in 5 days. And occasionally, a patient who has no reason to die following operation can die. Then who decides what is the fate of every patient I operate? So I'm never in command. So always thinking that I'm just an instrument in the hand of God takes away all your apprehensions, because you always know somebody is there to guarding you and your patient and whatever you are doing. That is a thinking that there is a superpower, you can call it as a God or something, whatever you name it, is the greatest soothing and the calming force to address the problem of stress. If we feel we are in command, then it's very difficult to overcome the stress.
Duologue with Barundas featuring Dr. Devi Shetty. Streaming on the world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.